This is Al Murray on Absolute Radio.
Good morning, it's Al Murray here, sitting in for Frank Skinner. I'm actually in the chair he vacated in order to go to South Africa for some event of which I'm unaware. Well, yes, it's Absolute Radio, of course. Text in, tell us what you think on 8, 12, 15. Now, of course, it's the first England game today. England versus the United States, if it's escaped your attention this evening, 7:30. And what better way to celebrate England taking on America in the sport we invented than by eating the perfect full English breakfast. So let us know on 8, 12, 15 how English your full English is. Scottish and Welsh listeners, we look forward to hearing from you too as to what on earth you're doing today. No booing.
Al Murray sitting in for Frank Skinner on Absolute Radio.
Fabulous World Cup classic there. I've not rapped before, but I got the hang of it. And I think if I keep going, I might get away with it. Fantastic. Well, you're listening to me, Al Murray, here on Absolute, on the day that England begin their glorious trail to inevitable World Cup glory. And we have, as usual, I'm sitting in for Frank Skinner, of course, but don't worry, not everything's changed. We have Emily and Gareth, as usual, here.
Hi, Al.
Good morning.
Welcome to our home.
Yes, it's very nice. You've been very welcoming so far. I mean,
what are you suggesting?
Well, no, I feel like that. I'm the proverbial cuckoo in the nest. I'm sitting in Frank Skinner's nest. You're his eggs. I'm warming for him while he's away.
You're feathering it well.
I think, hey, I like it. This is good linkage.
Wondered why you were sitting on us. No, it all makes sense.
Yeah, so, well, England, if anyone's unaware, it was brilliant last night because there was obviously the World Cup games, and then the BBC News led with this shocking headline that the World Cup had started in South Africa, for anyone who hadn't been paying attention, like an incredible scoop. So,
what was the game last night? Because I didn't watch it.
France, Uruguay, 0-0. I feel obliged to do a football voice.
Yeah,
because it's
good. It's working for me.
It's too good. It's too exciting without. It's not exciting enough without that kind of constipated emphasis of football voice man. Anyway, full English breakfast. Emily, what have you eaten for breakfast this morning?
Well, can I just say, never mind me, Al, you're the celebrity here. I don't mean that, but I say it.
Yes, yeah.
I was quite impressed by you this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Because you didn't have a celebrity rider.
No.
You came in, you were so calm. You went, if there's any porridge, I'll have... And then you ordered a pot of tea.
Yeah.
Which was quite 70s dad. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but I know Absolute of old, and, you can't ask for too much around here. Because Ben Jones has eaten it all. That's the truth. Whatever food was in the larder, Ben Jones has eaten it all. Yeah, no, I just had some porridge, yeah.
I was impressed, yeah.
What? So is Frank incredibly demanding?
No, I couldn't possibly suggest that. The very idea.
And Gareth, what did you have for your breakfast?
I had porridge too, but did yours have, mine had blueberries and apple in?
No.
Did
no,
yours
I
not
just
have any
asked for
blueberries
porridge.
and apples? Oh.
No,
you have to know who to talk to.
Yeah, evidently. It's my first date. Now, have we had any 8, 12, 15 text responses yet? And also you can Twitter us on Frank on Absolute, for those of you in touch with the modern way of communicating that involves not having to speak to people. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
What
it's good
have
for
we got?
autistic males.
What are you saying? Just because I'm not looking anyone in the eye this morning.
We've had a text in already from Oscar in St Albans, or maybe his name is Oscar St Albans, in which case he sounds my type of fella. But,
Hello, my name's Oscar St Albans.
I like the sound of him.
Hello. Oh, Emily, you look delightful.
Oh, I love Oscar St Albans. He says English brekkie, leftover curry, and fried egg.
Curry and a fried egg. Would you like to share that with me? Fantastic. Oh, right. That's a good one. That's a very contemporary modern Britain English
multicultural
brekkie there. Everything tastes better with a fried egg on top, which I believe was referred to in the last book I published. Anyway, I'm not here to plug anything, obviously, evidently. What else have we got? We got any more?
We've had another text in, but I don't know if I want to read it.
We haven't read it yet.
I want to spend some time.
No, now you've said that. What am I going to insist that you read it? Surely, unless of course it is, it's breakfast.
No, there's rude words in it.
Is it?
Okay. Well, we can't read it then.
Can we not sidestep the rude words?
No.
What a okay. Well, anyway, so you're expecting me to have like because obviously you think celebrities, and I'm not. Please, I hate that word.
Okay.
Famous people people. I prefer that.
Yeah.
They have like riders and are known for riders in demands, aren't
Well,
they?
exactly. And I was quite impressed. I mean, we actually met you for the first time yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
You're very posh, though, Al. You're
I'm
much
not
posher than I
posh,
thought.
I'm
You
not
are.
posh.
Al, you've got a pinky ring. The only other person who has that is Prince Charles.
No, I can't. Oh dear, I've been rendered. No, I'm not posh. I'm not. Look, listen, I'm not posh. I'm not.
Absolute Radio.
This is Absolute Radio, and it's a station. All aboard for the next train.
Well, we asked for what your English breakfasts are today on the day that England begin their doubtless. Whoops, not allowed to express doubt.
Ow.
Don't express World Cup doubt. Exterminate.
Not at Absolute Radio,
No,
the
no,
home of World
Absolute.
Cup football.
The home of World Cup football.
Yeah, I've just made that up. I
No,
don't know.
no. But
No,
it
we
sounded-
haven't got permission to be the home of World Cup football.
So what are we
think
then?
that's-
Like, are we
is that
the
Ericsson?
lodger? Are we the
We don't
lodger
know
in the
what-
home of
Ericsson
World Cup
is the home.
football? Okay.
One of the big
And South
Absolute
Africa.
bosses is in the studio today, so he can tell us. He's spying on us, isn't he, Al?
Well, I'm being checked up on.
Yeah, I think you are.
But then I feel, in a way, me sitting in for Frank now, it's like it's in a way like a sort of radio booty call. I've been brought in. I'm not the steady boyfriend. I've been brought in, just to satisfy
Testing you out.
like a need in the,
Just enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, no, make the most of it. It's just we're having fun. It doesn't mean anything.
Just for now.
So anyway, we asked what breakfast you were having. 8, 12, 15. What your idea of the perfect full English is today, the day that England crushed America. That's my match prediction. Crushing. What have we got, Gareth?
Well,
tell
from
us.
Ian, Wolves, which I think is where he's from, not what he's eating. Hair of the dog, pint of lager.
Maybe he's
hee,
been
come on,
reared by
England.
wolves. That's why he
Yeah.
has hair of the dog.
What did you by wolves? You mean like Wolves rather than people
Yeah.
from Wolverhampton or
Yeah.
the football team?
Yeah.
Wolves. He's been raised by Wolves football team.
As a mascot. Is that how they get the mascots?
Maybe
They adopt.
that's it. That they're suckled by football players. No, that's awful. No, anyway, go on. So I said suckled. So go on. What else you got?
And Sam, age 13, says, my ideal breakfast is a bowl of golden nuggets.
Oh,
That seems me right.
I like Sam.
No, that's good. We like Sam. Yeah,
Not chicken nuggets.
Not chicken nuggets.
Do you think it's like a cereal?
The golden nuggets. Did you not know of? Did you not know of golden nuggets?
They don't have them in where are you from, Bournemouth?
They don't have them from. Where are you from? Bournemouth. Oh yes, I remember.
Oh, you sound like Oscar St Albans again. I
Yes,
love it when you do that voice,
hello.
Al.
It's Oscar St Albans here on Absolute Radio. We're having a marvellous morning this morning with a delightful Emily and young Gareth, who's unaware of golden nuggets, which is really rather special. Right, well, of course, we've got all sorts of stuff coming up here for you on Absolute. Lee Nelson will be here after 9 a.m. I don't know if anyone saw the Lee Nelson's Well Good show, like in between all the breaking news about the World Cup last night. So we've seen it, haven't we? We've all
Yeah,
seen
he's
it.
hilarious. I like him.
He's terribly amusing. He really is.
There's going to be a
awfully.
bit of a clash of cultures with me and him.
I think absolutely. Young Emily has never met anyone like this before. It's going to be really very interesting. So we've got him later. Don't forget Isle of Wight all weekend on Absolute. Of course, America inevitably humbled by the England football team this evening. I'm sticking my neck out here. 9-0. 9-0. You've got to believe. Let us know what English breakfast you're having today, this morning on 8, 12, 15. Keep it on Absolute. See you in a tick.
This is their, this is your Absolute Radio.
You're listening to Absolute Radio with me, Al Murray, sitting in for Frank Skinner, who's vanished, disappeared off the face of the earth for 6 weeks. It's a shame because he's missing the World Cup. Hey, what a fool not being here.
You make it sound like some terrible scandal or something.
No, Frank has simply disappeared. He's disappeared. He's nowhere to be found. So various people are sitting in for Frank over the next few weeks, and I got to go first. Me, Al Murray.
We call them clients. I call them clients.
Okay,
But that's another
Okay.
story.
Now we asked you earlier on. I asked you. Actually, I'm not taking. We're not going to do collective responsibility for this one. I asked earlier on for you to text in on 8 12 15, the magic text number 8 12 15, or you can Twitter Frank on Absolute, which is exactly what it sounds like to spell on Absolute Radio. 8 12 15. What you're having as your full English breakfast today when England begin their unparalleled, triumphant course to definitely winning the World Cup. And what have we got? We've had some breakfast responses. What do we have, Emily?
Well, we have had some in. We've had Marcus in Shropshire. I like
Right.
the sound of him.
You like Marcus in Shropshire?
Yeah. Oh, he'd be nice for
you
me.
really must come shooting one weekend, Emily.
He says, "Hi guys, I fancy Rivita topped with soft cheese and smoked salmon." Oh, I like it. This is not just any Rivita. And then he says, "Sold that past the frying pan." Oh, he ruined it, Marcus.
Well, I don't know. I think he's right. He's got that right.
Has he gone up in your estimation now?
He's soaring. He's soaring, Marcus. You're soaring.
Matt and Steve, the locksmiths in East London, they said, "Morning, Governor. We have just had salt beef, gherkin, and mustard bagels."
Yeah, that is fantastic. Yeah, what? No, not for you.
Sounds dreadful.
What are you talking about?
Not in the morning. Mustard in the morning.
Yeah, baby.
Mustard
yeah.
in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely.
My autobiography title, Mustard in the Morning.
That sounds fantastic. There's nothing like that. God, that's really good. Can we send out for that? Can we send... I demand... we've talked about me being undemanding.
Yeah,
earlier,
having no riders.
I want salt beef, gherkin and mustard, and I want it now.
And you said that to someone who's very high up, don't you? Absolutely.
Incredibly high up. It's an Absolute Radio, 8, 12, 15. Go on, what else have we got, breakfast-wise?
We've also had... I don't know if he's called Steve Scotland or whether it's Steve, Scotland.
It'd be great to be called... I have a friend whose name's... He's called Chris England.
That's a good name.
And he has a cricket team called the England 11.
That's brilliant.
And so they get lots of games, basically, because all the cricket clubs, they can put... or it's called An England 11, so they can put up that they're playing An England 11.
It's a good name.
Yeah, it's not bad, is
well,
it?
Steve Scotland.
Steve
He'll
Scotland.
forever be Steve Scotland to me, even if it's not his name. He says, "Brekkie, today is a hefty portion of hope that England get thumped." Steve Scotland.
Steve Scotland.
He's having concepts for breakfast.
Yeah.
You'll lose weight on that diet. My favourite.
It's not going to feed your kids, is it? Have you got any more, Gareth? You got any more for us?
Yes, Owen in Manchester says, "Breakfast today is bacon, beans, sausage, egg and black pudding on a massive barm. It's like a massive barm."
What's that?
Balm.
I assumed it was some
What's
sort
a
of...
balm? I understand in the northern area of this country, some of the people use balm. I have no idea.
Do you know what it is, Al?
It's like he means like a sort of lump of bread or something. doesn't he?
Really?
I'm just guessing.
okay.
Well, I'm not going to
some sort
screech,
of-
"What's a balm?" in a kind of like horrified. Imagine if Frank were here; he'd have some word.
He didn't know what a barm
He'd
was.
I'm
know what a
taking
balm-
advantage because
He's a
you've
man
got a
of the
pinky
people.
ring. Yeah.
He says it's going to act like a sponge for his day of drink at a wedding, but will be disappearing at about 7. Apparently, the World Cup is on.
Apparently,
So it's
the World
some
Cup
sort
is
of-
on. Breaking news. Breaking news.
A balm
World Cup.
is some sort of porous,
Something
absorbent
a porous
thing.
absorbent substance. Yeah, okay. Now, the thing is, though, here's everyone proudly telling us, notice being held in my face to tell me to change subject there. That's how we do it on the radio. On the TV, of course, you wouldn't see the note. No one would remark on the note. There wouldn't be any discussion.
We don't like to talk about TV.
We don't, right. Okay.
No, it's a sore
not
point.
allowed.
All right. Okay, right, fine. All right, okay. I've been put in my place there. I'm just the booty call.
Keeping Frank Skinner's seat nice and warm, this is Al Murray on Absolute Radio.
Jet there with "Are You Gonna Be My Girl?" And if you're watching on the webcam, I did dance momentarily during that. That doesn't happen very often.
You did? I enjoyed it.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
A bit dad-like, but not in a bad way.
It's not that kind of party. Right, you're listening to me, Al Murray, sitting in for the vanished Frank Skinner, who's disappeared at the precise moment the World Cup starts. What is he doing? On Absolute Radio here, we asked you for your full English breakfast on the day England begin their inevitable triumphant course to winning the World Cup without a shadow of a doubt by 10-0. 8, 12, 15, that's why you've been texting us on a little bit on Twitter on Frank on Absolute. What have we got breakfast-wise?
Well, Vicky in Stockport has
Emily.
ticked me off a little bit.
Oh, really?
Do
Ticked you off?
Do you remember I said, what's a bomb?
That's pre-watershed ticked me off, isn't it? That's like the most pre-watershed expression the world has ever heard. That's brilliant.
I'm
Ticked
very
me off.
cautious.
You are.
Remember I said, what's a bomb?
Yes, you did.
And
What?
it's like-
No, you said, "What? No, this is a bomb." You sort of shrieked it.
You don't sound like Leslie Phillips.
No, you don't.
I do a bit.
A little.
Are you not serious? What's a balm? I think to you it's a bap, you southern fairies. Oh.
I think BAP is too northern still. We would say rolls.
That's because you're from as
Roll.
far south in Bournemouth as is possible. So, like,
And I've still never been there.
Wimborne Minster is northern to you, isn't it? That's the
And also, Wendy, Al, Wendy here says, "I up, Al."
No, yes. Okay, she said I up.
A balm cake.
She said I up? Did she say I up? Are you sure she said I up?
What else could it be?
What could I up? 8, 12, 15. What? We need help. Emily needs help here with what I up might be.
Oh, A up. A up.
No, it's not even A up.
Oh.
It's not A up.
What is it?
I think it's A up.
Oh, okay.
It could
A
be.
up.
Oh, that was uncanny,
A
wasn't
up,
it?
Al. A
Suddenly.
balm cake is the proper name for a big bread roll. I like that. I know this now.
good.
I didn't know this before.
His education is shit. What else? What else? Gareth, what have you got for us?
Ian in Boston, crumpets.
That's it.
Yeah, crumpets.
I like the economy of our answer there.
That's what
It's
Emily
very
gives
good.
me to read out. One-word emails.
She knows what crumpets are. You see, if she'd not known what crumpets were, she'd have read it out herself and shrieked. Yeah, what else? What
Morning,
else have we
Al, Emily and Gareth. I'll be having poached egg on toast in a bit, but I'll be making veggie toad in the hole before the match.
got? Veggie toad in the
Oh,
hole.
that sounds
Ali,
nice.
in brackets, female, in Tottenham. Tottenham.
In Tottenham. Look,
It's catching.
it seems to be the English place and food names are causing us problems today, as well as the expression "I up." I mean, if you were if you were somewhere where people say "A up" and you said "I up," you'd probably have to hang your head
Be in all sorts of
You'd have to
trouble.
hide or hang your head in shame in some manner, wouldn't you? I mean, when a crunchingly embarrassing moment occurs, do you hide? I mean, that's a question.
Well,
worth
I
asking
did-
you.
Emily gets eyed up quite a lot. That's what happens. That's why
That's
she
very
would.
good. That's
Very
why
good.
she assumed it was IR.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay, right.
Do I hide? I hid this very week, Al Murray.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Did you, Emily Dean?
I did. I
we
went
on
to-
surnames now.
I like it. It's like we're back at school.
So you hid?
Well, I went to a party at the Victoria and Albert Museum.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of parties I go
Yes,
to.
of course.
Gareth goes to ones in Bournemouth. But I go to the Victoria and Albert Museum. So it was a very posh party, and there was someone there I really didn't want to see. They shall remain nameless
Okay.
to protect the innocent.
Queen Victoria. Prince Albert. I'm out of ideas.
It wasn't either of those I can exclusively reveal. So I thought, well, what do I do? And then I realised I'm in a museum. I can hide behind a statue is what I can do, like they do in films.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you have to crouch behind it with its bottom in your face? Because that's my immediate thought. If there's a statue, it's probably a naked statue in a museum, and you're hiding hilarious with its bum right in your face.
That's kind of what was going on.
Brilliant.
I was sort of slightly making the shape of the statue as well, so a hand wouldn't. It was really weird, and I did manage to avoid the person, but I did spend most of the evening behind the statue. Yeah.
Gareth, have you ever hidden in such a... Look, I'm going to break cover here. Childish manner at a grown-up event or situation.
Well, I was on the tube the other day, and I saw a bloke who went to my school.
By the way, Balm Cake listeners, the tube is an underground railway system that we have in London.
Big
it's like a giant metal worm that, crawls
Barn
under
cake
the ground.
listeners and me.
Yeah, and you. A up.
And there was a guy who went to my school coming towards me, and I suddenly thought, oh. But then I realised, one, he wouldn't recognise me.
Yeah.
Two, I didn't actually know his name.
Right.
And didn't like him at school or get on with him. So I just hid in the anonymity of London.
What do you mean?
right.
Whereabouts, though? How
Well,
physically
I
did
just
you
walked
hide?
past him.
Well,
but
so
he
you
didn't
just relied
recognise
on the
me.
passing
I didn't
moment.
confess to being...
All right. Because I have, in my time, walked up, timed walking up the high street behind a bus to avoid someone
Wow.
on the
Have you
side of the
really?
road. And having to walk faster and slower, loiter when the bus stops, then continue to avoid...
Was the person on the bus?
No, they were on the other side of the road.
Oh, I see.
And I thought,
that's
hang on a minute,
clever.
I'll get behind that bus. And I had to break into that ghastly middle-aged man's trot when the bus started moving. That's extremely undignified and has me breaking into sweat.
You used it as a shield.
Don't ever try that at an airport behind a plane.
No, that's not going to work behind a plane, because the plane will take off, and I can't leap into the air. I mean, I can do many things.
This is Absolute Radio. That's right, just put it up there.
Absolute Radio.
Well, the sheer palpable excitement here in the Absolute Radio studio as the moment that England begin their inevitable march to World Cup glory begins here. Now, the thing is, though, there's been lots of sort of... obviously, pre-match hype, pre-match preamble. Last night, the BBC showed lots of old Americans talking about the time they beat England in 1950 because they didn't have any footage, and it was like watching a weird episode of Band of Brothers without any point. But the American coach has been in contact with Fabio. Gareth, take us through the Fabio Capello speaks in a kind of like European way to baffle English people.
Can I just say this is worrying that Gareth's now the football correspondent on Absolute Radio.
Well,
but anyway.
you know, the pecking order changed.
Yeah, I mean the sheer fierce pecking order rebattle thing going on since I've come on board. And when I leave the room and the pecking order readjusts when I return. It's,
so when Frank left, I got football, you got regional knowledge. Emily got regional knowledge. And I'll do probably just as good. Yeah, I heard this on the radio. It was really because apparently sort of Capello is the USA's like coach's sort of mentor.
It's going well so far.
Advice, yeah. I don't know his name.
Lose.
Fabio Capello. And
you must lose the game.
USA man, yeah. He said, try and kick it as far as you can. No, his advice, and he says his advice was, when you make wine, the grapes aren't always the same.
What the hell?
Very odd.
What does that
mean?
Like,
what does that mean? I should put Shiraz up front?
If only I had Valpolicella and goal.
That's like that thing that Eric Cantona said, though,
I believe it's what we call a metaphor. It's like a metaphor.
Oh,
yes.
okay. Oh, you're so clever, Al. I love it.
No. Obviously, he doesn't. Obviously, he's just saying. He's just saying you need different ingredients to make it work, isn't he? That's all he's saying. But he's saying it in like mysterious Italian.
So
way.
what did the Eric Cantona? He said something about when the trawlerman followed the fish.
He went plic pluc beef puff, beef puff, clic pluc croissant. No, he basically didn't. He said something like when the trawler. Something about sardines,
following
a trawler, and the seagulls, right?
Yeah.
And
when the seagulls follow the trawler.
That's it, they come for the sardines.
Yes.
Now, the thing is, and at the time everyone went, what does that mean? I've no idea. But
Scooby-Doo said that,
he did, yes, Scooby-Doo. Yeah, and the Mystery Machine has been trailing around looking for the answer ever since. No, I thought it was obvious what he meant.
What
it was
is
obvious what he meant, and the people who told us that he was bonkers and that it was incomprehensible were the people that he was having a go at. Because what he meant is, I'm the trawler, and the press are seagulls, scavengers, and they're picking up the tidbits that I throw aside. Because I'm the real thing, and they're like scavenging creatures, scavenging off me, feeding off me. And if it wasn't, and he was basically saying, you lot, you press, you'd have nothing to do. It wasn't for me. Yours, and you're picking up.
I love it.
And that's why. And of course, the newspapers are never going to report, French wit in stinging rebuke to our profession. They're not going to do that, are they? They go, oh, he's mental, isn't he? Mental crazy. And I always thought at the time, it's obvious what he means. He's insulted them all, and they're never going to report that, are they? So they're going to paint him into a corner as being this sort of mental frog. Basically.
And I like the metaphor. I hope that, Gareth, I hope we're not the sardines in this instance.
No, you're not. No, you're not the sardine.
So does this work? So, like, football is like making wine, except with one big grape that you don't stamp on, but you sort of kick it.
That's taking it up to a whole new level of Uber metaphor.
It's the 11 of metaphors, isn't it?
11,
it
exactly.
really is.
It's one louder. So we've solved the Eric Cantona issue. We got Lee Nelson coming in a tick. He's going to talk about his Lee Nelson's Well Good show, which I think is on one of the high-numbered BBC channels. I'm not sure.
It's very funny.
No, it's really funny. I've encountered Lee before along the way. We need your English breakfast on the day that England soar to inevitable World Cup glory in their first match in the World Cup this evening. We've had all sorts of interesting breakfasts coming in, but I haven't picked a favourite yet.
This is Al Murray on Absolute Radio.
Now, so you're listening to Absolute Radio today, of course, and we're fabulously lucky. Me, Gareth, and Emily, we're uniquely privileged to have the star of Lee Nelson's Well Good show joining us today. It's Lee Nelson. Welcome, Lee.
Hello.
How are you, Lee?
Yeah, I'm quality, man. It's good to be on your show, Al. I'm like a fan of yours and everything.
Well, it's Frank Skinner's show, really. I'm just sitting in. I'm just the.
You're moving in. You got plans.
Well, absolutely. Sheriff's out of town.
Yes.
Few arrests. Right.
This man is extraordinary.
Frank, he's ripped your sign off the door.
Well, yeah, there is no Frank Skinner sign anymore. Next, have you met a person like this before, Emily?
I have. Some of my best friends are people like this. Hello, I'm Emily.
Hello, sweetheart. You all right?
I love him.
Yeah, nice. And who's the other geezer?
That's Gareth.
Hello, Gareth. You both wear glasses, which is funny.
I don't normally.
Is you both proper clever?
Yes.
They are proper clever, yeah.
Look at that, man.
We paid attention at school.
Did you? I hated school, man. They were the worst 3 days of my life. Yeah. I had that ADHD thing and that, so, I used to start a lot of fights and hardly finish any of them.
Now, your show started last night, was it, Lee?
Thursday night, 10:30.
Yeah.
It's quality. It's a buzz.
Lee Nelson's Well Good show.
Lee Nelson's well good show.
And is it well good?
It is well good, and that's how we thought of the title.
Right, well, that's very good. I
We
like
saw
that.
the show and then we thought, what can we call this?
And it's well good.
It's
well,
proper, yeah, it's
proper.
I'm buzzing, loads of people have been watching, everyone, we're number 6 on the most popular iPlayer thing.
Really?
Yeah!
I don't
That's
know
a
that
rush,
chart,
innit?
I don't think.
No, the iPlayer, iPlayer, BBC do all the
yes, yes.
things, and
I
then
do.
depending on how many people click on it, that's how they find out how popular it is. And I'm number 6, which is a buzz, man.
That's
A
fantastic.
little secret, I got a team of Filipino kids who are clicking away on some stolen laptops in my garage.
I'm not showing you.
Keep going, boys, if you're listening. They won't be. They ain't got a radio
I'm not
down
here
there.
to show you disrespect now, Lee. But how did you get a How did you get a TV show?
Come on, because I'm well funny in that, and then we just sent like tapes. Me and my best mate Omelette, who's like well fat and the legend, and we sent in tapes of us just laughing about. And I think the one that got it for us, we sent in. I woke him up at 3 a.m. by wrapping cling film round him and hitting him round the head with something odd. And then he wakes up, and I was like, and then I started shoving crunchy nut cornflakes in his mouth, which was funny, honest. Yeah. And then, because we just have a giggle together, and he was like, all like full of crunchy nut cornflakes, and it was like, he was hilarious basically, because he's got this, this nut allergy thing. And and he was all like, you know what I mean? Sound like someone who's sort of, about to pass away. Right. And it was funny. He was like, it's not funny anymore. It's not funny. He was wrong. It was still well funny.
That's brilliant.
And then I think after that, they was like, come on and have a giggle on BBC Three.
Brilliant. Excellent. Well, we're talking to Lee Nelson, a star. A star. I'm
Thank you, Al. Thank you. That means a lot coming from Al Murray, mate. It's Al Murray.
Yeah, but I'm sitting in for Frank Skinner. I'm like a larger, less knowledgeable about football version of Frank Skinner this morning. We're talking to Lee Nelson, star of the Lee Nelson Show. You're listening to Absolute Radio. Stick around. We've got more from Lee in a moment.
Sounds the best. This is
Absolute Radio.
This next song is dedicated to all of you men called Ken.
Well, you're listening to Absolute Radio with me, Al Murray, sitting in for Frank Skinner with Gareth and Emily, as usual. The Skinner team, as I'm calling them now.
Yeah.
The Skinner team, and we're extremely lucky. He's so busy. He's sacrificed his lion. We have Lee Nelson, star of the Lee Nelson Well Good Show. Welcome, Lee.
Yes, thank you, Al. Thank you, everyone.
Now you're.
He said that because he couldn't remember our name.
No, I know exactly. Yeah.
He said everyone.
No, you're the glasses crew.
I like that.
Yeah.
With the intellectuals.
The long-sighted crew. It's the long-sighted crew. Run towards them.
Now, Lee, the Lee Nelson Well Good Show. We've established why it's called that, because it's well good.
Yeah.
What? Look, for people who haven't seen it, we've all seen it.
Yeah.
And we love it.
We
love it.
We love it. What does it consist of?
It's
For
just
those-
we
for
have
the
a giggle.
uninitiated-
We have a proper laugh, It's me just buzzing about, like we're in the studio with people, and we just chat to them, have a giggle. I got like people like Love involved. I got my nan. We got her on the show. She sings every week.
Really?
It's quality. We do we got her singing Dizzy and Wiley and the Streets, and she's got the worst voice in the world. It's proper funny. But I got involved. She's nice, and she's like a bit down because like our granddad passed away recent, which was like tough on everyone and that, and we all still feel guilty about it. We took him to Alton Towers, and it was all too much for him. And
sorry about that.
He died on a Nemesis ride.
No, that's terrible.
Which is bad, but at least we got a photo of him just before he passed away. So yeah, well, we would have 12 quid. Forget about it. Yeah. And then I got of course, got Omelette, my fat best mate, and we like do peer
What's he
pressure
called?
challenge.
Omelette?
Omelette. Yeah.
Oh.
And yeah. And we get him to do, like, peer pressure challenge, and we get him to do stuff he don't want to do every week. And, like, it's funny, isn't it? And
That's fantastic.
and we got him to, like, go down to his pants, cover himself in cream, and have a dog lick it off.
Right.
And that's just a laugh. And then we had we got old people do fun stuff.
Yeah.
Because, old people do it. We got them to come on with different talents and that. And, like, we had one fella who just popped his eyes out of his head, which is brilliant. And, because I respect that older generation, If you think we got it tough now, like, back in the day, I think a Gillette only had one blade. You try living in them conditions, innit, Al? And then we got say it in an accent, that's a laugh, because different accents are quality, Who here likes accents, people?
Oh, well, yeah.
Al's into it.
Sorry, I don't understand what you said.
You is proper posh, innit, sweets, innit? The glasses go. How posh is you, babe? How posh is you?
I'm not that posh. I'm not as posh as Al.
You is posh, sweetheart. We'll do a posh test, sweet. Do you carry a cash card or a credit card on you?
Someone carries that for me.
No, that is mental, innit? Okay, round 2. What is your PIN number?
Oh, I'm not going to fall
we'll
for
find
that.
out, see how posh she is, innit? No, you're nice, sweetheart. I like the poshos, innit? It's just different, You don't do down it with the drink, innit? You like sip it, innit? Have a nibble. And then but it's just a giggle, Like, I just go around the studio having a laugh with people.
Yeah.
Like, I get to chat with the birds and that. Yes, innit? It's nice. Like, is that your producer there?
Yeah,
She's
yes,
nice,
yeah.
innit? Yeah.
That's the delectable Daisy. Yeah.
Hey, sweetheart, don't tell me her name. What's your name, sweetheart? Is it Jacob? Because you is a cracker, innit? Is your name Laura L? Because you is worth it, innit? Is your dad the cement mixer? Because you is making me well odd. Innit? The girls love that, innit, Al?
She's blushing. She's blushing.
Love
she's
that.
blushing. She's waving at me. She's telling me to go to a record. Lee, she's boiling over, and she obviously needs minutes to cool off.
We're going for a record. How long does that give us, sweets?
Keeping Frank Skinner's seat nice and warm, this is Al Murray on Absolute Radio.
The marvellous spangly jangly melancholy of the Smiths there. Well, now, here on Absolute Radio. Now, you may not know this, ladies and gentlemen, mesdames, messieurs, our sweet listener, but Gareth here has never heard any Smiths music before, and that was his first encounter with the Smiths.
Well, the thing, you hear snatches of stuff, but I just decided the other day, I think I should get into the Smiths. So I haven't sat and listened to it.
Oh, be an early adopter, why don't you? Jesus, they broke up in 1986.
Yeah, so how are they going? Are they on tour at the moment? What's going on?
No, it's a really exciting time for the Smiths right now. So here we are. Because when you told me this the other day, because you might not imagine this, but we do actually talk about what we're going to talk about before we do this show. I know it sounds amazingly wild and freeform. And
Not enough.
Maybe, but no, clearly not enough, evidently. But you said you'd never listened to Smiths before. You were going to listen to Smiths. I was surprised by that because I'm not. You're of a certain age and ilk.
Ilk?
In ilk, you got a cardigan on.
I look ill.
No. You got a cardigan
I
on.
know what Al means. You do look like the archetypal Smiths fan, really.
Well, you gasped when we had the
did.
meeting. You gasped in a shrieky, posh manner. You went, "Yeah, I can't believe we're the Smiths," like that.
Al, I don't talk like that.
No, of course, no.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? First impressions of the Smiths. Sorry, I've gone around the houses there, but
Yeah, I think I like it. It's kind of the sound of it's the sound of how I sometimes feel. I think I've just had, because when I've listened to tiny bits before, I didn't like Morrissey's voice, how it was like, but I suddenly thought I should listen to it, and it's touched me.
Do you know what I like, Al? This is like in those episodes of Star Trek when they go and meet an alien and they say, "What is this Smiths, Kirk, that you listen to?" I can't believe you've never encountered it, but I like that, it's touched you.
Yeah, it's
but you've just
nice.
you just did a cereal ad there. You went, "Well, I'm not sure that crunchy cereal is my kind of thing." One mouthful. I think I'm kind of going to like this. you completely did that with the Smiths. No, I never really thought I'd like the Smiths. They're my favourite band ever. That's brilliant. That was awesome.
No, I'm going to definitely listen to more.
Oh.
The thing
How
is,
much
though,
more though? I mean,
the thing is,
all of
because
it?
I'm a bit melancholic, it might be dangerous.
Well, you
I kind of need to listen to
Wow,
something a bit
that's
more
it.
upbeat.
Yeah.
maybe.
You need some dance music. Boys Town Gang or something. I'll see you right.
Barbie girl.
Aqua. Well, maybe that's the thing to do, is alternate Smiths with Aqua.
Okay.
And have them, like, you know, a playlist assembled of, you know, Smiths to drag you down, Aqua to pull you back up. And
Uppers and downers.
And you get into a terrible Elvis pattern and cycle. You don't want to do that.
Well, maybe. But I can see Gareth in a fat Elvis phase. I can see it. Next week, well, no, week after next, that's when I'm back. I'm back in a fortnight, by the way. This is a semi-regular booty that we're developing. Maybe we'll end up in a relationship. Don't bet on it. Anyway, the point is, I think in 2 weeks' time, if you're in a jumpsuit with a burger...
The Smiths into burgers.
No, oh, no.
No.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no. You went like a
what
nosy neighbour. Oh, no. Oh, no.
No, all meat-free. Morrissey's all meat-free.
Hell, he doesn't
no,
like
I
me.
can't. I'm so into meat.
Right, oh, well, then you're not...
I really like.
Extraordinary
I really like.
exclamation.
No, I really like. My favourite things are chicken wings and ribs. I like it on the bone, so you know it was
Oh,
once
I'm
an
glad
animal.
we cleared that up, Al.
You're going to get along with the Meat is Murder album, then, by your new favourite band, the Smiths. So the Smiths have touched you, but you're into meat. This is early morning stuff, isn't it? Now that's because, I mean, first impression. Did you think there's your first impression of the Smiths? It's touched a chord. It's found.
Yeah.
And now we're swimming in the tiny paddling pool of first impressions, aren't we? Because none of us had met.
Yeah.
So what did
that's
you
true.
think of us, Al? You've got to be 100% honest. We won't care.
I thought you were decent, honest, straightforward, normal people, because we all ate fish and chips for lunch yesterday.
Oh, I only did that so you'd think I was normal.
Well, it worked. But now your second impression is that you were playing incredible mind games with me. That's the impression you're creating now. And I'm not so sure anymore.
I imagine. When we first arrived at the place we met, it was
It's
just.
like we're all having an affair or something. It's really weird. I'll always remember the first time.
I like it.
Well, it was just me, and
Yeah.
I think at first I come across as sort of a lone killer because I'm not chatty. I'm not very chatty.
Well, not on your own.
We had a
You're not
go.
chatty when you sat there on your own. If you're a chatter, it's like, no, I've got to do the shopping today. I must remember to get some milk. If you were sat there mumbling to yourself, then maybe I'd have gone on into the next booth.
But then Em arrived and everything was okay. But I thought we had an okay first chat.
Yeah, no, I thought
Yeah,
it was
we
all
got
good. It was all
by,
good
didn't
stuff.
we?
Well, because I'm deeply conscious that you're a tight knit Frank Skinner support mechanism.
Yeah, but we
You're
swing
like-
occasionally.
Beg your pardon.
Metaphorically
Oh, right,
speaking, Al.
Oh, sorry. Yes, first impressions. I don't quite know my way round the way you talk yet. Yeah. So I have to say, I was a little. I'm a little nervous. I'm on Frank's patch here, and Frank likes to mark out his territory. In the manner of someone who likes to mark out his territory. Now we've been Frank Skinner, of course. I'm sitting in for Frank now. Frank in the World Cup and football. Although it was Euro '96, but hey, we're not going to argue with that, are we? A legendary football tune. I'd just like to say thank you, Emily and Gareth, for making me feel so welcome.
Oh, Thank you, Al.
For easing me in gently. We've got Lee Mack sitting in for me, sitting in for Frank Skinner next week in some sort of sandwich. It's like a sandwich.
it is. He's one of my other clients. He's not bad, actually.
Nick Jackson's next. Well, it's Three Lions 2010, Badil, Skinner and the Lightning Seeds. For all of you watching the game this evening, I hope we all get what we want, and that includes the Scottish who want us to lose. I hope everyone gets what they want from this evening. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Al Murray, sitting in for Frank Skinner. You're listening to Absolute Radio. Bye!
Bye.
Absolute Radio.
You're listening to Absolute Radio, and whoever that man is, please return my wallet.